Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video we're going to be looking at a brand new event, The Lost and Forgotten. This is an event that's going to include Gold Mythic Michelle and Gold Mythic Ophelia. If you want to go and check out those characters, I did do previews. You should be able to see a little link in the top right hand corner right now, but we're going to go over the event information, and here we have it, Lost and Forgotten. The event times are as follows. It starts on the 24th of May 2022 at 5 PM Pacific time, and it ends on the 14th of June, so just around 20 days long, or 21 days long probably, at 5 PM Pacific time. So 3-week event, kind of like the Molly event when it comes to the length of the event, which seemed actually pretty decent. You can read through the intro here. Let's try and get all on the same screen. There we go. And reading through it, it says players can log in to collect javelin heads from the login calendar, along with completing missions and ranking in tournaments. Javelin heads will be used as energy on the rediscovery, okay, that was bad. Roadmap and recurring Bloody Bandages roadmap and future mini events during the Lost and Forgotten event. The Bloody Bandages roadmap will reset every 6 hours and is unlocked when completing the rediscovery roadmap. Players could also expect additional mini-events coming to reward more Bloody Bandages. The Bloody Bandages roadmap rewards, well, Bloody Bandages to use as energy on 2 different roadmaps. The Lost roadmap will reward copies of Gold Mythic Michelle. The Forgotten roadmap will reward copies of Gold Mythic Ophelia. The rewards and energy requirement do differ on each roadmap, so make sure you preview below to choose carefully and use resources wisely, as there are no overflow collections for javelin heads and Bloody Bandages. Players can expect the first mini-event to start on Wednesday, May the 25th. Details coming soon. The second mini-event will come next week. The third mini-event will come the following week. Please note, both Ophelia and Michelle will not enter Gold Mythic recruits after this event and will be considered new limited time recruits. Keep an eye on our blog via the news icon in-game or TWD RTS web portal for more information. So it's not giving any information on how we can get these characters, so which is kind of strange, considering they're both event characters. They would be 90% characters, but they're the ones that are going to be harder to come by later on. Well, that is just interesting. Reading to the rediscovery roadmap, and it does say that you can get the Bloody Bandages as rewards. It costs those javelin heads, and it looks like it's just basically like a 60% return on your javelin heads that you put in on the stage rewards. But then as the completion rewards, you do get an extra 80. It does say what the enemies are going to be as well. Walkers, fighters, whether you want to refer to the event information when running the roadmaps, just so you can set up your teams properly. Because they cost javelin heads, you can't like flee and start again if it is difficult roadmaps with walkers, with the like explosive walkers and so on and so forth. The next one does obviously cost a little bit more. 100 javelin heads, rewarding 30 bandages. And we'll scroll down. The end reward is 150. And then it goes up to 200 javelin heads as the cost to do each stage. And then it rewards 30 bandages again. And then it gives 200 Bloody Bandages completion. Act 4, same sort of deal. More up to 300 and 350 on that last stage. 250 bandages as the rewards. Then 500 javelins as the cost. And 300 Bloody Bandages as the stage. Then we get the Bloody Bandages roadmap. This is recurring every 6 hours. So this main roadmap here, I think, is going to happen during the entire event. This is the rediscovery roadmap. Yes, it is the rediscovery roadmap. It's going to be in the entire event. Then we're going to have the reoccurring roadmap, which is the Bloody Bandages roadmap. That's still going to cost javelin heads. It's going to be a bit better trade-in here. This is every 6 hours. You're going to be spending 80 and getting back 50, which is better than 60%, which is nice. The Forgotten roadmap. This is where you spend your Bloody Bandages to potentially get the characters. I believe it said the Forgotten was for Ophelia, and the Lost roadmap was for Michelle. We'll have to check it out. Bloody Bandages for each stage. You can see after you complete the act, you're just going to get Mythic Recruit tokens. Act 2, more Mythic recruit tokens, but completion of Act 2 gives you 1 copy of Gold Mythic Ophelia, and it doesn't look like it's a crazy amount of bloody bandages. We're probably looking at less than 1,000, or just over 1,000, should I say. Probably about 1,200 to get 1 copy of Gold Mythic Ophelia. Then another exactly the same amount to get a 2nd copy. So it's very linear on the amount of bloody bandages that you need to complete the Ophelia roadmap to get your hands on her as a Gold Mythic character. It's every 2 acts by the looks of things, up to Act 10 to get the 5th copy of Ophelia. So if every act costs the same amount, let's just have a little look. 570. So it's going to be, is that 5,700? Is that right? 5,700 of the bloody bandages will get you 5 copies of Gold Mythic Ophelia. So it doesn't seem too ridiculous when it comes to this, as long as you obviously keep up with the javelins. The javelin is going to be the most important thing because that's how you get the bloody bandages. Then we've got the same roadmap for, this time it's going to be for Michelle, and the price is a bit different, I believe, because it's going to cost, it's going to be 12 stages. Right, this is actually kind of interesting. Let me just check. Each act is 5 stages for Ophelia, and if we look at the Lost roadmap, it's 12 stages, but it's going to cost, what's that, 1,300 for the first. Is it 12 stages again for the second? You're going to be getting other rewards on the right-hand side, as you can see, some Maddox and Madeline's, and another like 12 to 1,300. It's going to be closer to 1,300. Is it just 5 of 1,300? The last one is quite a bit more expensive. So the last copy of Michelle is much more expensive than the rest. But it does look like Michelle's going to probably be about 10 to 15 to 20% more expensive, just quick maths, than Ophelia. So you're going to have to basically, honestly, wait it out. You're going to have to wait it out and calculate how many bloody bandages you get in terms of which character is worth going for. This is going to be an event roadmap that's going to last the entire event, I believe, or at least parts of it. So I wouldn't go too quickly into it, just in case you can't get the amount of bandages to get the amount of characters of that, copies of that character that you actually want. Now there is a daily login calendar rewarding those javelin heads, and you're going to get quite a lot, and it scales up to 300 for, what's that, 7 days? So you're going to get over 2,000 of the javelins for the last 7 days. Then there's the solo and faction mission events. This is the SR one. During SR tournaments, I guess. And then this is going to be during that's actually, yeah, during SR tournaments. And then during SR tournaments you've got the faction one. During level up missions you've got the solo, then the faction. So this is actually pretty good. You're getting a lot of rewards here when it comes to the javelins. And then you also have the solo and faction rank rewards. It looks like it's going to be quite a lot of javelins. This is kind of like this is kind of interesting actually, because I don't think it's actually been done this way. They've given out tokens before. I don't think they've given out energy as rewards, so this is going to be interesting. The faction events for SR do give half the rewards as the solo. Unfortunately, I thought they were setting a really good standard in the past events where they were giving out roughly the same. But it's not going to be the case this time around. We'll see what it's going to be like for the level ups. 750 for solo, and it is half again. 375 for first place in faction, and then solo raids. It does have an asterisk there, so we'll have to check that out. And I guess there will be no faction raid tournaments involved in the Lost and Forgotten event. There we go. Okay, so there's only going to be solo raid events during the Lost and the Forgotten. So that's how you get the javelins. It's going to be a proper grind. You've got to get as many javelins as you can get. The javelins will work towards you being able to get the roadmaps completed to get the bandages. And the bandages will then be used as energy to complete the roadmaps for the character of your choice. Whether you want to go for Ophelia or if you want to go for Michelle. Now, if you get 2 copies of either character, you're going to get that leader skill. It's just how effective that character will be only being a certain grade. It probably is better going for one character and trying to get them as high as possible. It is a bit of a disappointment when it comes to saying that these are going to be limited time. I'm going to have to go back up to that information. Lots of roadmap information to just scroll up through. Just to reread it again. Let's have a little look at it again. Boy, there's a lot of roadmap information. Please note, both Ophelia and Michelle will not enter Gold Mythic recruits after this event and will be considered new limited time recruits. Keep an eye on our blog via the news icon in-game or the TWD RTS web portal for more information. Now, this is obviously a bit of a messed up situation personally, because I kind of would feel like I could maybe get my hands on one of these characters in this event and the other one I'd get in Gold Mythic recruits. Gold Mythic recruits already isn't that worthwhile pulling from. This would potentially make it more worthwhile pulling from, but they're not going to go in there. So what happens if I only get 4 of a character? How do I get that 5th one down the line? Information would be good. The information would be good. So that is the preview of the Lost and Forgotten event. This is how you can get your hands on Michelle and Ophelia, and pretty much by the looks of things might be the only way you can get your hands on Michelle or Ophelia. No information right now on what's going to be like with that in the future. We're going to have to wait and see. But if Gold Mythic token pools weren't already kind of underwhelming, if they're not even putting the characters that they're putting into events in the Gold Mythic wheel afterwards, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse and worse and worse. So yeah, very interesting indeed. Very interesting. Like I said though, leave your thoughts in the comments down below on this event. Do you have your eyes set on any particular character here, guys? That is the end of my video. I want to thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.